Recording in progress. This is the first time I've ever tried recording on Streamlabs OBS, so hopefully this goes well. So I'm, as you can tell by the title, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm just gonna read the news for an hour. So let's put a timer on my phone for 1 hour. 1 hour and 0 minutes, and I hope I hope it's not too loud when that goes off. But yeah, let's just look at the news. I briefly looked at this page, but I'm using Ground News. Let me turn up my microphone. I'm using Ground News, which is a news aggregation site. So basically, it tries to their mission is to try to take the bias out of the news. So you can see like this story is mostly covered by centrist sources. This story is covered by right-wing sources. This is covered by left and center, but no right-wing sources. So yeah, it'll show you like the bias of certain things. So yeah, just whatever catches my eye. I also have this, which is Brave News. So it'll be a lot of like crypto stuff. I can specifically go for politics or whatever. But yeah, so I am mostly into these topics: science, politics, crypto, and business. I also enjoy Christianity, but I don't think there's going to be much news there, you know? Christianity tends to be kind of an unchanging subject, so yeah. Maybe I'll incorporate some kind of theology into this somehow. So yeah, Kansas City Chiefs parade mass shooting stemmed from dispute, 2 juveniles detained. Juveniles? Let's see. What is this about? Oh. Okay. Let's try looking at something else. Truth Social merger deal. Judge denies Trump motion to dismiss hush money case. Relationship between DA. Japan slipped into recession. You know what I should do? I should move this to a new tab and then close this. Maybe my computer will not have to work as hard. I hear the fan running super hot. Maybe I can turn my mic down a little bit. Okay. Julian Assange will die if extradited to US. Why is it doing that? What if I click... Oh, so I can click on it, but I can't put it in a new tab? Let's try logging in. Google. My Google account. My Google account. Continue. Oh. Let's go back to the main page then. Okay, I was not expecting it to suck this much, to be honest. See, every side of every news story. Get started. I literally don't have the money. No thank you. I'm good. Pretty active shooter, Maelstrom Air Force Base? Let's try that. Why is it doing this? I trusted you, Ground News. I started recording this video. I trusted you. Okay, let's try Brave News. Let's go into politics. What? That's an ad. COVID patients 4 times more likely to develop chronic fatigue. Not interested. Thruple has descended into total chaos. Involves amnesia. Tucker Carlson visits Russian grocery stores, covers Americans have been told a lie. It's a video. I don't know if I can play videos. I don't know about the mass shooting. Sure, let's look at the mass shooting. So apparently a guy was shot The Kansas City Super Bowl parade. Authorities said shooting ended on shooting with one person, individuals, all 3 people detained, 2 of which are juveniles. Still very active. Shooting appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire. Yeah, looks like someone was shot. That's unfortunate. Statement from Kansas City Chiefs. Alrighty. Sarah Palin hits new low. Trump claims Biden is taking control of his Manhattan fraud case. What? Claims Biden has taken control. Donald Trump claimed Thursday that the Biden administration has taken control of his prosecution in Manhattan. The former president appeared earlier in court, where Justice Juan Merchan ruled that Trump would stand trial starting March 25th in the business fraud case involving his hush money payments to adult movie actress Stormy Daniels. Oh, I remember that. Should I finish? It's social media. Is this news? Like, recent news? Why is it talking about that? I remembered that from like years ago. The courthouse controlled the case. There was no crime. Almost all legal scholars are saying that. It's election interference. Yeah, that's probably true, to be honest. Okay. Have a seat. Trump's legal team. Yeah, he's always caught up in lawsuits, unfortunately, for him. House bipartisan group eyes $65 billion foreign aid bill. Let's see this. Members of the bipartisan House Problem Solvers Caucus are working on a smaller version of the Senate's foreign aid legislation in Trump era remain in Mexico policy. An attempt to meet House GOP's leadership demand that any national security bill include a strict border security crackdown. Okay. It's one of the architects. When was this posted? 3 hours ago. $65 billion proposal excludes humanitarian aid in the Senate bill. Okay. Not making the cut for the Senate's bill, $10 billion to Palestinians. It's left the military only bill. Funding for Ukraine. Okay. Okay. So here's my thoughts about this. Why are we sending money to other countries? You know what I mean? Like, we've sent so much money. I'd rather we send $65 billion to like Americans, right? Or just have $65 less billion in taxes. You know what I mean? Like, if we have so much money, if the government has so much money that they can afford to just send it to other countries, how about we lower taxes? Like, I guarantee Americans can spend that money a lot better than these other countries that don't have our best interest at heart. Like, what is gained by sending money to other countries? You know what I mean? Like, we can just build infrastructure here. We can do so much better with that stuff. I'd rather we have like these socialistic policies where like they have like free healthcare and free education. I'd rather have that than we send the money to Ukraine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily support free healthcare and all that crap, but I'd rather have that than we send money to Ukraine or funding all these foreign wars. We don't need to be funding foreign wars. It's ridiculous. We don't need to blow up children in some other random part of the world instead of focusing on ourselves. Let's focus on our own children instead of blowing up somebody else's children. That's my take on it. I'd love to hear yours in the comments. But why are we doing that? Okay, let's try ground news again. Maybe like refresh the page now that I've signed in. I don't know. Russia has obtained a troubling emergent anti-satellite weapon. Anti-satellite weapon? Let's see that. Cancel. I don't know, ground news. Today, I'll try this on a different day. I'll try ground news on a different day. But I'm very disappointed, ground news. I trusted you, man. I trusted you. I haven't read a single story from Ground News. I don't know why it's telling me I read stories. It keeps giving me an internal error, so whatever. We'll just stick to Brave News. Good thing I had a backup. I had a backup plan when I decided to record this episode. I was like, we'll try two different things because I want news aggregation. I don't want everything to come from the same news source. You know, I don't want to be biased. I want to be looking at stories that I wouldn't otherwise seek out. Anyway, Haley taking part in Foxtown. Who's Haley? Like Nikki Haley? Hold up. Ugh, it is Nikki Haley. My thoughts on Nikki Haley. Not a good person. She's a warhawk. She wants to go send your sons and probably your daughters out to go die in foreign soil in some desert nation. Ridiculous. Do not vote for this woman. Ugh, she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. The worst of the worst when it comes to the neocon establishment. She might as well be a Democrat. It's, ugh, you know what I mean? No principles, just corruption. Anyway, Republican presidential candidate will participate in a town hall with Fox News to air on Sunday, which she will discuss voter issues and her campaign strategy in her home state, South Carolina. Fox News announced Thursday, the town hall, blah, 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 da-da-da-da-da, series of town halls, something about former President Trump. What's like actually the point of this story? I don't know. Sure, she's gonna have a town hall. That was worth a whole article? I don't know, man. Sounds like they're running out of stuff to write about, if you ask me. Elon Musk moves SpaceX Incorporation from Delaware to Texas. I didn't know it was in Delaware. I know they have one in Fremont. I want to buy a Tesla, so that's what I'm saying. Oh, it's SpaceX, not Tesla. I read that wrong. That's my fault. I read SpaceX and I thought Tesla. Anyway, let's see what this is about. SpaceX Incorporation from Delaware. Ooh, get this out of here. I don't know what that is. Oh, we're on Daily Wire. Interesting. Tells other businesses to leave as soon as possible. Move SpaceX Incorporation, where his electric vehicle company Tesla's headquartered. Okay, so he's like merging SpaceX and Tesla together, which is what we would expect anyway, right? Musk announced the decision Wednesday at the same time as the decision comes after judge in Delaware sided with Tesla shareholder complaint that Musk's compensation package was unfair. Is he being a greedy businessman? Or is the other person being a greedy businessman? I don't know. We'll have to see. It was a state incorporation from Delaware to Texas. Her company is still incorporated in Delaware. Making moving to another state as soon as possible. What the heck is... Oh. Why does he post a picture of an official document? Incorporating Tesla in Texas, which she is a shareholder for the extra vehicle maker. California to Austin, Texas in 2021. I want to move to Texas, but not to Austin or to Dallas, Fort Worth. I want to move to Houston, Texas. That's where I want to go. There's this place north of Texas called the Woodlands. I visited that place, or not north of Texas, north of Houston, Texas. It's called the Woodlands, a very nice area. I definitely want to go back and visit because, man, was that an awesome place. I was like imagining a future there. Currently, I'm based out of California, and it is just not great here, let me tell you. So going to Houston, Texas, seems like a good idea to me. But a lot has to change in order for me to do that. Let's just say that. Anyway, move your company out of Delaware before they lock the doors. They did with TripAdvisor. What? Deeply flawed. Final analysis. Credit compensation package. Just moved corporation Neuralink from Delaware to Nevada. We came with Neuralink and successfully mentioned the first human subject. What? That's already happened? We have Neuralink in human brains? We have Neuralink in human brains? What? Brain-computer interface. What? It's gonna be a long time before I get a Neuralink. I might get it. Okay, here's a question for the comments. Would you rather be the first person to colonize Mars, or be the first person to get a Neuralink in your brain? Would you rather be this guy, the first person to get the Neuralink, or would you rather be the first person or on the first ship to go colonize Mars? Like, obviously you're with other people. You're not going to be colonizing it yourself, because by definition that would be impossible. But you're on that first ship, or you're within like the first people to get the Neuralink. You're like wave one of whatever. Me personally, I'd rather be on the first colonized mission to Mars, and hopefully I'd be able to secure like a powerful position in order to like help shape the culture of Mars. You know what I mean? Because like I've always dreamed about what it would be like to be one of the founding fathers of America. Shush. You know what I mean? Like shaping, like starting from scratch and having to like think about all the things, all the like mistakes we've made in the past as humans, and like creating an entirely new form of government. I'd want to do that, like basically base it off of the American government, but just without all the mistakes we made. One thing I would do, if I was like starting a new nation on Mars, like for voting, you have to own property to vote, or you have to have some kind of like be a net taxpayer or service guarantees citizenship, something like that, where like you have some skin in the game, some stake in the like future of your country. Like I would think like maybe like one vote per married couple. Like you have to be a married couple to vote or something like that. I don't know. So something along those lines where like there's multiple avenues you can go down to get your right to vote, but it's not just given to everyone. Like you can't just be a loser subsisting off of the government and just like no job, you know what I mean? Like obviously you're not going to make the best decisions. We want the best people to make the best decisions, because otherwise what are we doing? Democracy for democracy's sake? The reason we do democracy is so we can have the best decisions put forward. But if we're, you know what I mean? Like, that's another thing, information warfare. I view, like, the news media as, like, an attack, you know, on our ability to gather, like, information. If you don't have accurate information for the populace, there's no way you can have democracy. If you're not making good decisions, you can't have democracy. And obviously we live in a constitutional republic, so every time I said democracy, just replace that with constitutional republic and, you know, republicanism instead of democracy. But I feel like people know what I'm talking about when I say democracy more than when I say, like, constitutional republic. But maybe I shouldn't insult your intelligence, dear viewer. Maybe you're smarter than me. I don't know. Let's go to the next story. Detroit person... Drew Eubanks. Is that like Andrew Eubanks? I know Andrew Eubanks. Or no, it's Alex. Alex Eubank. Something like that. Yeah, this guy. Images. Massive. Supposedly he's natural, but... Pregnant illegal goes into labor after swimming across Texas border. I mean, I know it's another Daily Wire. I was just on Daily Wire, but like, what the heck? Illegally swam across the Rio Grande with a 3-year-old daughter. I went into labor. Why are you doing this? Legitimately. Just stay in Mexico. What are you doing? Trying to swim across when you're like about to have a child? Just stay in Mexico. Jeez. We really need to take care of this border situation. It's like, it's gotten this bad. Jeez. So there's men I've crossed because they didn't want to wait to come legally. Don't come. If we say no, that should mean no. You know what I mean? Like, I think we need to like shut down for like maybe a period of 10 to 20 years, just zero immigration from anywhere. And then we can decide, okay, maybe we need some more like scientists or engineers from this country. But I guarantee we don't need anyone, no matter how amazing they are, for Mexico, because we have so many. They've all come in, you know what I mean? And so I support just a total like moratorium on immigration from anywhere, from all nations, for like a period of 10 to 20 years. What we need to do is support, what's it called? What's the actual word for it? When you support like people just having children? I forget what it's called. But basically like promote fertility in, I don't know if that's the term. Is what I'm looking for fertility? Just like the birth rate. We need to get the birth rate up. And that would solve a lot of problems. Like, my generation, I'm Gen Z, right? I feel like we're never going to be able to afford a house. Like, the housing problem, houses here, a really cheap house is like $500,000. $500,000. I might never be able to afford that in my lifetime. Unless I compromise my morals and go down the Andrew Tate route, just like, yeah. It's not going to happen, what I'm saying. So I'd either need to move to Texas, where houses are like less than $100,000, and they look phenomenal, or like some other state. But like I said, that $65 billion that we're giving to Ukraine, why don't we invest that in our own people? You know, like, how about we fix our problems here before we look into being the world's police? Like, other countries can handle their own problems. I promise. That humans have existed for thousands of years. I think we can figure out our own things. And, you know, stuff happens. We can't be focused on all these other like conflicts throughout the entire world, because that's always going to be there. You know what I mean? Why don't we focus on our own people and building our own nation up and fixing our own problems before we look to other places? Once we all agree, which will never happen, but which is good, you know, because then I don't actually want to go fix other countries' problems. That's what charity is for. And I think you can actually look this up. I'm not going to do that right now, but right-wingers donate more to charity than left-wingers. Let's just say that. And people are like, "Oh, you don't care about helping." Actually, we do. We since we are usually more religiously inclined, it's mandated by most popular religions to donate more to charity, like 10% of your income, a tithe, or 20%, or whatever. And of course, you know, I would rather spend money on a charity that actually helps people than taxes, which, you know, redistributes wealth in ways that I might not like. You know, I'd rather choose a charity that I actually want to. So yeah, that's just my take on it. I don't know what you guys think. I would support like no income tax, basically. Like absolutely zero, because I think some states actually have no income tax, which is awesome. But like sales tax, and increase sales tax on basically foods and things that are just bad for you. You know what I mean? Like increase the sales tax on Coke and Pepsi, and decrease. It should be more affordable to eat healthy food that's actually like good for you, full of nutrients, than it is to buy junk food. So junk food should be really, really expensive. And it should be taxed, and whatever the sanctions or import tax or whatever, like it should be very, very difficult to buy food that's bad for you, like cigarettes, alcohol, whatever. You know what I mean? And it should be heavily discouraged. Obviously, you can still buy it, but that's where all our tax revenue should come from, is all these people that want to buy these foods that are just really bad for you, and promote the welfare, the health, and safety of people. You know, the FDA has so much. I don't know why I'm on this tangent, but the FDA has legalized so much things that are just banned in Europe, like straight up banned. And you have to wonder why that is. Like, does the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, do they really have our interests, our best interests at heart? I don't think so. I think we need to just like fire everybody there and bring in some new people and people that actually care about the health and welfare of our citizens. Yeah, that's my take on it. Okay, what is this that we're? This pregnant wife just went into labor across the shore of immigrants, 2 migrants arrived in Eagle Pass. Confirmed the child American citizen born in U.S. soil. It's no more or less when she's going to give birth in order to cross the sun. See, a lot of pregnant females who are coming across. They'll wait usually when they're about to give birth and they'll cross the United States. They'll have this baby that same day, or they'll have it right at the river as they're crossing. That's just... Don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, stop. That's just so weird. Do not have your baby crossing the border of the United States. That's ridiculous. Come in the legal way. And I understand, like, I get it. This administration is basically just telling you, come on in, come on in. But, I mean, it shouldn't be that way. Like, when the executive branch betrays the American people, that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that it's necessarily these people's fault for coming over when they're basically being incentivized in pretty much every way. Like, there's no hate towards them. All the hate is gonna be towards Joe Biden and his administration, and all these border agents that aren't able to do their job, or aren't doing their job, or choosing not to do their job, or following orders that basically are antithetical to what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah. I don't know if I finished that sentence correctly, but I think you all know what I was trying to say. Arrested for illegal age. Anyway. Migrants for pregnancy, thousands of people crossing, turning themselves in to be processed and allowed entry in the United States by border control. They want to get caught. They know the system. They're looking for border control because they know the process already. Come across, look for the green uniform, turn yourself in. Chances are you're going to get released into the country. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? What the... So what is the purpose... Why are they... Why is that happening? Why do we have Customs and Border Control? Why do we have them? What is their job? What is their function? What do they do? Why are we paying them? Why would our tax dollars pay for these people to have a job? What function do they serve? Legitimately. If they're they're catching these people and then going, okay, go here to Arizona or Nevada or whatever, like, why? Why do we have them? What purpose do they serve? It makes no sense. That's ridiculous. Maybe I'll just do half an hour for this. I was going to try to go for a whole hour, but geez, I'm getting tired of talking. I didn't realize I'd have to talk this much. Normally, even when I'm streaming, I don't talk this much. So I've just been kind of talking nonstop. Let's do one more story, and we'll call it a day. Judge shouts down March 25th. Exposed billionaire George Soros caught buying 220 radio stations. What? Elijah Schaffer's top 5? Gateway Pundit? I know Elijah Schaffer. Not personally, but I watch his content. What the heck? Wait, he wrote this for the Gateway Pundit? I didn't know he writes news. That's crazy. Welcome to the Gateway Pundit. Elijah Schaffer. It comes to the top 5 stories throughout the week and a quick recap. Okay. Wait, I'd have to watch the video? I don't want to watch a video. Radio stations, update, race call. FOIA documents, 2020 election meeting. Okay, let's open this in new tab. Oh, it's a nice, it's a text article. Okay, so this would be him commenting on, basically doing what I'm doing. That's interesting. Okay, so this is written by someone else. George Soros left favorite billionaires buying up American radio stations ahead of the 2024 election. It's obviously part of his strategy because that's what Soros does. He hatches backdoor plans or certain. Okay, this is a very biased source. It's a very biased source. It's biased in a way that I like, but I'm recognizing it is a biased source. I had my hand up, but it was off screen. This is a biased source. This is a biased source. Let me put on my freaking nerd glasses. This is a biased source. Anyway. Getting media influence. I mean, it sounds like George Soros is trying to influence the 2024 election by having hundreds of American radio stations say what he wants them to say, and we know he's a left-wing billionaire, so he's going to have them say left-wing stuff. Not good. Not good. Yeah. But I think that's where I'll cut the recording today, and I'll upload this. Yeah. I frequently stream on Twitch. Not frequently, somewhat frequently stream on Twitch. Usually playing Assassin's Creed or Fortnite or Batman Arkham. I mean, if you look at my games library, I have a ton of games. Like, this is ridiculous, the amount I have. I don't think they're even all displayed here, but if you see something you like, comment down below. Maybe I'll play it. I can just imagine someone commenting like, play Netgear A6 1000 Genie, you know? Like, that'd be silly. Okay, anyway. What? Okay, close that. I had that open for some reason, but I was actually recording on Streamlabs OBS. So we're going to stop the recording. But bye, everyone. Have a nice day. We'll figure out an intro and an outro to this show at some point. This is just a prototype, basically, that I made. Yeah, I was just prototyping a new show. See if it will... I'll probably do a few more episodes, just trying it out. Today was just me learning how to do it. You know, the best way to learn how to do something is by just doing it, you know, and learning as you go. So, yeah. See ya, everybody.